It's lesson time, yes! Lessons time, because I'm combining, actually here at the end of Module 7, I combine up all of these lessons, I pair them up, and you might be thinking, Mr. McGrath, what do you mean? Lessons 9 and 10 together. Why would you do such a thing? You know why? Because I can. Ha! All right, so let's do it. So we're going to be doing two things in here. We will solve problems involving mixed units of time. Now, I think that's relatively straightforward because if you can skip count by 6, the time stuff will come to you relatively easily. And then we're going to do a couple of multi-step measurement word problems. So it will be a little long, this lesson, because we're combining two, but not quite as long as doing the two separately, so be glad for that. All right, here we go. We're going to start off going back to capacity and length units. A quart. Oh, remember the quart? Yeah. All right. How many pints are there in that quart? Okay, so there's 2 pints in a quart. And then let's remember that a pint has how many cups in it? Also 2, right? So that means the quart, which has 2 pints, and the pint, which has 2 cups, the quart has 2 and 2, 4 cups. Good. All right. So remember that. Stay with that. 1 quart is 4 cups. All right. So now, if you have a quart and a pint, how many cups is that? Well, there's 4 in the quart. We just memorized that. And then there's 2 in the pint. We had said that. So 4 and 2 is 6. All right. 2 quarts, 1 pint, 1 cup. It's how many cups? See, these are the ones. Remember, this was the lesson I warned you about with all the capacity conversions. And I'm going to tell you a secret. See, teachers always complain that, like, kids say, oh, when are we ever going to use this? And I'm going to be straight with you. You will never use this. You won't. You won't. I have never once in my adult life had somebody say to me, like, oh, Mr. McGrath, could you come in here? I have 2 quarts, 1 pint, and 1 cup, and I need to know how many cups this is. And I'm like, oh, I can help you with that. That has never happened. But why do we do this? Because math teaches you how to think, and what you're learning here, yes, is useful in and of itself. A well-adjusted adult will maybe not be able to do these conversions off the top of their head. Like don't go ask your mom to answer this. Like, she's going to be like, get out of here. You know, but it helps you to think. Like, so you do want to know this stuff, but it also makes you better at thinking. These are transferable skills. So let's do this. We know each quart has 4 cups, and there's 2 quarts. Okay, so 4 and 4 is 8. 1 pint, oh, okay, that has 2 cups in it, so that's 2 more, so 8 and 2 is, okay, 10, good. And 1 more cup makes a total of 11. Beauteous, all right. Same thing, 3 quarts times 4 cups per quart, that's 12. The pint has 2, 12 and 2 is 14, and 1 more makes 15. Beautiful. Now, how close is that to a gallon? Well, you might just remember how many cups are in a gallon. But if you don't, you know there's 4 quarts, and each quart has 4 cups in it, so 4 times 4 is 16, so it's a quart away. There we go. Now let's jump over to length. Comparatively a little bit smoother, because we just have feet, inches, and yards instead of the 4 different units. So 1 foot is how many inches? 12. Okay, good. 12 inches. So a foot and 7 inches would be 12 inches and 7 inches, total of 19 inches. Good. 3 feet, 7 inches. Okay, so 3 times 12, 12, 24, 36. 36 plus 7, 43 inches total. 5 feet, 6 inches in inches. Okay, well, 5 times 12, well, let's skip count. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, and 6 more makes 66. You could have multiplied 5 times 12 as well. 22 inches, let's put that to inches and feet. Pull out the 12 inches, that's a foot, leaving 10 inches, so 1 foot, 10 inches. 30 inches then. Well, we know we got 12, 24, that's 2 feet. 30 minus 24 leaves 6. Okay, so 2 feet, 6 inches. How about 37 inches? And I'll tell you this, actually, this is a little bit more useful. Like, you do some work around the house, you're going to be measuring things, and you have to convert inches and feet. So this is one that you'll use. You probably noticed that 37 is one more than 36. And you probably remember we just did 12, 24, 36. So that'd be 3 feet and 1 inch. There we go. Which we could call a yard and an inch if we wanted to. Now we're going to get into time, which is more of a focus for today. We'll be adding and subtracting time units, which, you know, it's a little bit of work, but it's not as difficult as stuff with capacity, okay? So we know 1 day is how many hours? 24 hours. Now, if you should know, and if you don't, write it down. This is one of the things just to have in the memory banks. 24, 48, 72. Skip counting by 24s. 24, 48, 72. Okay, and what would come next? 96. Okay, so at least have those first 3. Because people use this, actually we'll say, oh, in 48 hours, it's a movie, 72 hours, right? So we do use that parlance of 24, 48, 72 hours, meaning 1, 2, and 3 days. Knowing 96 is useful as well. And it's going to be useful right here. 2 days, just said it, 48 hours. 3 days, 72 hours, great. 1 day and 6 hours in hours. Okay, so that's 24 plus 6 is, nice round 30. There we go. 2 days, 6 hours. Well, we just did this. This is 48 plus 6, 54. Ooh, that should say 54. Fire that guy! Gosh, I tell you. Can't get good help these days. An error. Okay, anyway. 24 hours is how many days and hours? Decompose, pull out that 24 hours is 1 day, leaving 2 hours. Great. 47 hours. You probably noticed 47 is 1 shy of 48. So this is an hour shy of 2 days. So it's going to be a day and 23 hours. You could also do the subtraction, but I kind of like that logic. 36 hours in days and hours. You probably remember we were just doing a 12, 24, 36. So you know it's going to be a day and a half, isn't it? So 1 day and half day is 12 hours. Great. Now we're going to get into the problems. Boy, we got problems. All right. So we're going to be adding and then subtracting mixed units of time, hours, minutes, days, and seconds. Okay, so there actually are 4. Did I say there wasn't before? Somebody said that. Fire that guy too. Jeez, people. But you'll get it. It's okay. And sometimes you will encounter questions, say on standardized tests, that will involve weeks. So I guess we have 5 units, and of course there's months and years, and oh my goodness, so much time on our hands. 2 hours, 45 minutes plus 50 minutes. Let's just do it this way, like we've done before. And I'll show you another method as well, but let's just crunch the numbers and then sort out the bodies afterwards. So 2 hours, 95 minutes, and then we can decompose out, pull out that 60 minutes for a 3rd hour, leaving 35 minutes. Okay, so a total of 3 hours, 35 minutes. This is the primary go-to strategy, but there's another one you can use, which I'll show you in a minute. So let's do this one. We're going to make a nice, sweet, juicy hour. So when I look at 40 minutes, right, what do I need to get this 3 hour, 30 minutes to that nice, juicy 4 hours? Right, so if I decompose the 40 minutes as 30 and 10 minutes, see, there's my nice hour. And honestly, this is how I do stuff in my head. I would say, oh, okay, I kind of move over that 30 minutes and leaves a 10 minutes. So 4 hours, 10 minutes. See how that one works? I like this strategy. It's what I do in my head. Now this one, when you look at 55 minutes, you say, oh, that's so close to an hour, right? So why don't we actually add an hour and then just take the 5 minutes back, right? So let's add the hour and take the 5 minutes back. See, an hour minus 5 minutes is 55 minutes. And again, this is a very useful mental strategy. And this is what I would do in real life if you asked me to add those together. I would say, oh, so it'd be 2 hours, 50 minutes minus the 5 minutes I rounded up would be 2 hours, 45 minutes. I find this a useful strategy, okay? Here we go. What do you think is going to be best here? I also would just crunch the numbers. So 4 hours, 35 minutes plus 40 minutes would be 4 hours, 75 minutes. Pull out the 1 hour, the 60 minutes, That leaves 15 minutes, so 5 hours, 15 minutes, also known as 5 and a quarter hours, because 15 is a quarter of 60. Whew, man, take a little breath. All right, back to work. All right, so now we're going to get into days and hours. 3 days, 18 hours plus 2 days, and 12 hours. Okay, so let's put the days together, and then we'll put the hours together and see what happens. So we'll get 5 days, 30 hours. 30 hours is more than a day, so we can decompose that 24 hours to another day, leaving 6 hours. Okay, so 6 days, 6 hours. Yeah, great. Now do it with this one. See, now when I look at the 24 hours, 23 here rather, I think 24, that's why I said that. Then I'm like, this is practically 3 days. So wouldn't it be easier to add 3 days and then pull that extra hour back out? So, you know, it's just an hour short of 3 days. So it's 5 days, 10 hours, pull that extra hour back out. 5 days, 9 hours. Tasty good, yes. All right, now how about this one? This one is a nice one for decomposing as well. Look at the 45. And again, this is probably how I would legitimately do this in my head. I'd say, well, I'm going to pull out the 15 minutes first and then subtract the half hour. You see that? 15, 30, 45, 60, another thing you should have up there. All right, so I'm going to decompose the 45 as 15 and 30 minutes. So I can slice off the 15 minutes and then subtract the half hour, which would be 6.5 hours, 6 hours, 30 minutes. Beauteous. Now, how about this one? This is a totally different strategy. All right, so on this one, I'm going to do as we've done before with other things. The 4 hours, 10 minutes, I'm going, because we're subtracting here, I'm going to leave 3 hours alone. And that 4th hour, I'm going to call 60 minutes, with the 10 minutes already present, is 70 minutes. And now I can go ahead and just subtract 70 minus 35. And you might, and possibly should know, that 35 doubled is 70. So it's going to be 3 hours, 35 minutes. All right, that's another good strategy. And when you look at a question, you say, what's the best strategy to use? When you look at this one, you do this because you see, I'm doing 10 minus 35 and I have to regroup. The 35 is not, if it were 55, you say, oh, that's close to an hour, but it's not. So that's why this is a sensible strategy. Just use straight up regrouping. And this strategy will work every time you need to subtract. So if you want to have a favorite strategy, this would be the one. All right, now that, like I was just saying, 55 minutes, I'm going to subtract an hour and then put those 5 minutes back in because I'm subtracting too much, okay? So it's going to be 8 hours, 20 minutes when I subtract the hour, and then put those 5 minutes back in, 8 hours, 25 minutes. Okay, I do find that more useful. But to go back to that for just a second, I could have said, oh, 9 hours, 20 minutes, I'll leave 8 hours alone. It'll be 8 hours, 80 minutes minus 55 minutes would indeed give me 8 hours, 25 minutes. So that strategy would have worked here as well. But this is a useful one to know. This is a good mental strategy. Now, we're going to minutes and seconds. 25 minutes, 8 seconds, minus 12 minutes, 46 seconds. Okay, now these numbers do not lend themselves to nice, juicy roundness, right? So this is going to be one where we're going to decompose, remembering, of course, that there are 60 seconds in a minute. So 24 of those minutes I'm going to leave alone, and that 25th minute is 60 seconds with the 8 seconds already present. Once I do that little regrouping, now I'm ready to subtract. 12 minutes from 24 minutes leaves 12 minutes. 68 seconds minus 46 seconds is 22 seconds. So 12 minutes, 22 seconds. Okay, so this is where the regrouping strategy works well. You look at this one, what do you notice right off? 9 minutes, 59 seconds. Yeah, that's like a second away from 10 minutes. So let's just subtract the 10 minutes and then put back in the extra second we subtracted. So I'm going to subtract the 10 minutes and then pop that extra second back in. So that would leave me with 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Put the second back in, 4 minutes, 11 seconds. Look at this one, what do you think? No, yeah, no nice juicy numbers here to work with, right? And we do need to regroup because we're doing 3 minus 14. Notice they don't bother giving you easy ones here, like 14 minus 3, where you don't have to regroup, because duh, you know how to do that. It's these ones where you have to regroup that you have to be taught. All right, so 16 days I'm going to leave alone. That 17th day, I shall call it 24 hours, with the 3 hours already present, make 27 hours. And now I can subtract. 16 minus 10 days leaves 6 days. 27 hours minus 14 hours leaves 13 hours. All the clocks were striking 13, weren't they? Yeah, I like that. All right, now we're going to do the lesson 10 portion of this combined lesson, where we'll solve just a couple of word problems here. So Paula, she's working hard in the Iron Woman triathlon, and her time swimming there was 1 hour 25 minutes. Her time biking was 5 hours longer than her swimming time. Notice it's 5 hours longer. What's the easy mistake to make there? Is to just use that number 5 without making it longer. And then running 4 hours 50 minutes. All 3 parts of the race, what's her total time? So we have swim, bike, and run. We make our tape diagram, 1 hour 25 minutes. We're just given that for swimming. Biking is 5 hours more than that. Okay, good. Yeah, okay, 6 hours 25 minutes, right? Easy enough. And the running, we're just given that straight out, 4 hours 50 minutes. We're trying to find everything together. So it's 1 hour 25 minutes swimming, plus 6 hours 25 minutes biking, plus 4 hours 50 minutes. Now, they actually had mercy on your mortal soul here and gave you numbers that you can actually add up pretty easily. Look, 1 plus 6 plus 4. 6 and 4 are 10, and 1 more is 11. So 11 hours. Oh, 25 and 25, 50. 50 and 50, 100. So 11 hours, 100 minutes. Now we'll decompose out the 60 minutes. That's an hour. That will give us 12 hours now and 40 minutes left over. Her total time, your statement for the triathlon. Beauteous. Nice job, Paula. Excellent. All right. Now Nolan. He is not running. He is not biking. He is definitely not swimming. He is driving, and he's driving a lot, man. He put 7 gallons, 3 quarts of gas into his car on Monday, and twice as much as that on Saturday. So what was the total put into the car on both days? So we have Monday and Saturday. Monday we're given straight out, 7 gallons, 3 quarts. Saturday is double that. And so we could do like a times 3 here. You see we have 3 of these blocks, 3 equal blocks here. All right, so, and the bracket, of course, saying total amount of gas for the 2 days. So, keeping in mind that a gallon has 4 quarts in it, all right, 7 gallons then would be 28 quarts. All right, 7 times 4 is 28. All right, and then 28 quarts and 3 quarts, I'm looking at Monday here, right? So that's 28 quarts and that's 3 quarts, total of 31 quarts. And now it's easy to triple that, times 3, okay? Each of these, this is why I'm calling these units, these blocks I referred to, 1, 2, 3. Each of those units, there's 3 of them, times 31 quarts is a total of 93 quarts. And so the total amount of gas he put in was 93 quarts, which we can just put as an answer because it did not say give it to us in gallons and quarts. We would divide by 4, of course, to get it in gallons and quarts. But we're not doing that. All right, let's go on to pumpkins. We got triathlon, we got gas in the car, and man, we got pumpkins. All right, so we're back to pounds and ounces, and I'll remind you that there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. So we got pumpkins. First one is 7 pounds, 12 ounces. Second pumpkin is 10 pounds, 4 ounces. Okay, so those were just given straight out, but the third pumpkin is comparative. It's 2 pounds, 9 ounces more than the second pumpkin, and again, we want a total here, so total weight on all 3 pumpkins. First one, 7 pounds, 12 ounces. Second one, 10 pounds, 4 ounces. Third one, again, is going to be a little bit more, 2 pounds, 9 ounces more, and I don't, but I should have a bracket here. So let's find out pumpkin 3 first, okay? take the 10 pounds, 4 ounces, add the 2 pounds, 9 ounces. Remember the arrow way we did way back in fractions? So we can do that with this as well. So 10 and 2 are 12, 4 and 9 are 13. That's not another pound, right? There's 16 ounces in a pound, so we don't have to decompose or do anything like that. But now we can add to it let's add pumpkins 1 and 2 together, rather. So 7 and 10 are 17. 12 and 4 are 16 ounces. So it's 17 pounds, 16 ounces. That 16 ounces is the 18th pound. That's why we have 18 pounds here. Now, putting pumpkins 1 and 2 together with pumpkin 3, that's pretty straightforward because we have no ounces here. So it's just 12 and 18 are 30, and then 13 ounces. 30 pounds, 13 ounces. That's a whole lot of pumpkin. Oh, yeah. And you did it. Whew. That was a big old double lesson, wasn't it? All right, but so when you look at problem set, you're doing the same thing. Just watch the signs when you're adding, when you're subtracting. Get some good practice here. Really, just all this practice is just going to get you sharper and sharper at this. You have a couple, I'm not going to go into any detail, but you have a couple of word problems there for lesson 9. Exit ticket, more of the same but less. Homework, go to the homework time video, and I will do every single one of those with you, one by one, I promise. All right? And then lesson 10, the 3 problems we just did were the problem set. And so you just have the exit ticket here, read, draw, write, Hadley with her math. And then the lesson 10 homework is doing the word problems. We have capacity again, we have time, and we have length, and we have weight, okay? And so when you get all that done, you're all done. Rocking and rolling, stomping and showing. You done it. You gone and done it again. You completed another lesson time. Well, congrats unto thee and to all of us. And I will see you again next time. It is once again a lesson time.